This is a story about when I was a kid and I was on the Oregon coast. It could have even been this spot. This is Winchester Bay. It was either this spot or a spot just like this. It was a spot where the beach, as you can see, kind of just goes on forever. And when we were kids, we would bring big inner tubes to play with, and sometimes we would try to slide down the sand dunes on them and stuff. But anyway, at some point we ended up on the beach, and it was super windy that day, like really strong winds, probably like 30-40 mile an hour winds. And so I thought it'd be fun. I started playing this game where I would roll the inner tube, and this was an inner tube. These were like giant, truck inner tubes. They were probably about that big. Like this is taller. I'm pretty sure they were taller than I was when I was a kid. And so I started rolling, and the wind would blow them, and they'd roll for a while, and they'd fall over. And we did that for a while, and then one roll, the wind really whipped up, and so the wind is just pushing this tire down the beach, and I realized this thing's not going to fall over. So I started running after it, and I probably ran, I don't know, maybe like a half a mile, and I was just completely exhausted, from running on sand, and the thing was just not stopping, and I just stopped. Finally, I was out of breath. I just stopped, and I just stared at it, waiting for it to tip over, and it never tipped over. It just rolled and rolled down the beach until it was completely out of sight, and it was so far, I just was like, oh, I guess I lost my inner tube forever, and that was it. I never saw it. It just rolled off into the horizon until I couldn't see it anymore. So, pretty wild story that actually happened, and sometimes I think how odd it must have been. At some point, it must have reached another beach where there were people. As you can see, the Oregon coast often is like this. As you can see today, there's not a person in sight. But I often think how funny it must have been if there were some people sitting on the side of the beach, and then this inner tube just comes rolling up, rolls past them, and keeps on going. That would have been quite a sight to see.